Welcome back, this is Nick again. So this video is about setting up your pricing page. And so as you can see, I have these two columns on my pricing page. And this is for our free listing on the left hand side here. And on the right hand side here, it's for our premium listing. So I want to show you how you can edit these two things to make sure they say what you'd like them to say. So if you go to the back end of your website and head over to the actual pages section, and then you'll want to select the pricing page, you'll see that we have all of that info right here. And so what I'm going to do is move this. I'm going to show you both of my screens, both of my windows actually here, just to give you a visual and make things easier. Pricing page. Okay, great. So for my free listing here, this one on the left hand side, you'll notice that the title, it's called Free Listing for Nick's Marketing Company. You'll want to, I'm not sure what the demo content file will say for you right now, but you want it to probably just say free listing. And the sub content, you probably want it to say something like, here's what's included with your free listing, right? And the URL, you'll want to make sure that this goes to the submit listing page, and I'll show you why in a second here. And the pricing for the free listing is 0. And if you want to change the options, which are these things right here, all you have to do is click on this left hand tab, plan options, and you can change that. I wouldn't change any of this though, because this is set up to work properly with our prospecting strategy, right? And we'll have that section, we'll go into more detail with that. But basically the free listing only gives your prospects so much information, like the company name, address, phone number, website. You want people to, be able to upgrade to the premium listing, where they get more features, right? Where they get their logo, they get a video, and they get a slideshow and things like that. So to follow our prospecting strategy, I wouldn't recommend that you change any of this, any of the free features or the premium features. You just want it to say, give it the proper title, give it the proper sub-content, and you want to make sure it goes to the submit a listing page. And now let's head over to the premium section. The first thing you'll notice is that on the front end, right, the premium section it's blue, it's highlighted. That's what this toggle switch does. If you don't want it to be highlighted and blue, you can just select that to no. And then what you'll also want to do is make sure that your pricing, you want to make sure that the pricing is set up to the correct number that you've actually set your premium listing price at. And what I mean by that is, I'm going to go through this again in another video, but I'll give you a quick intro to it on this video as well. In the PayPal section on the left hand side, there are two PayPal sections actually. The first one is this PayPal section at the top, and then there's a settings, PayPal settings in the theme section area. So if you go to the PayPal section at the top, you will be able to edit the listings that you have. So if you go to your premium listing, this is where you actually set the price. So you can see my price is set at $29, right? So if I go back to my pricing page, you can see that I have my pricing set at $39. This isn't accurate. So you'll want to make sure that whatever you're charging, this is just the visual on the front end, right? On the pricing page. This actual PayPal section, this is how much you're going to charge at the checkout. This is the actual setting that you're charging people. And you can change the currency that you're going to be charging people and whatnot. But you'll want to make sure that these two numbers match. They have to match. You want them to match so people don't get confused. And so you want to make sure your title says premium listing, and then the sub-content says probably the same thing. Here's what's included with your premium listing. So if you want to change this on the front end, we have the $sign at the top. If you're using a different currency, if you're using euros or whatever, you want to add a different currency, you can change that right there at the bottom there. And another thing is, if you want to add another column, you just have to hit this blue pricing, or this blue add row button, the plus sign. That will give you another column, right? And if you want to rearrange it, you can click on the section and drag it. But I don't want that, so I'm going to remove the row. To keep in line with our prospecting strategy, we only have 2 listings, right? We have a free listing and a premium listing. And we're going to go through that again in more detail in our strategy section for prospecting. But if you want to create more listing prices and have different tiers of things, you can do that. But we don't recommend that you do that. And to customize your site outside of our strategy, that's going to have to be something that you do on your own. We have tremendous success with just the free and the premium listing. This is how we get our foot in the door with these business owners. And so one more thing I want to touch on is the premium listing. You want to check out the plan options. And like I said, you don't want to change this. If you do, you can. I don't recommend it though. So let me hit update. And now we will view the front end of the page. Then you can see that we have the $29 pricing on the front end, and that's pretty much it for the pricing page. The only other thing I can think of that I want to point out is that this link for the plan URL to submit a listing, you want to make sure that that's set correctly to the submit a listing page. So whatever your domain is, it'll be domain, but it'll be / submit a listing. And the reason for that is when people click on this page to choose, like let's say they come to your website and they go to the pricing page and they say, oh, I want to buy a listing. Well, when they click on the premium listing and they go to purchase it, first thing they'll have to do is submit the information for their listing. And they can select free or premium here. And they'll fill out all their information. And then here, I'll walk you through that real quick. Let's just add some demo content. Bear with me for a second. I'm just filling this in for the sake of filling it in, so I can get through and show you an example of what this looks like. Add an image. And then we'll hit category. And so when they click purchase the listing, you'll see that they can now check out, they can purchase this listing for $29. And so they would hit that button, it would take them to PayPal, and then they would check out, and you would get an email from PayPal saying that this person has purchased a listing. And at that point you'll want to see what their email is according to PayPal, maybe reach out to them via phone. If this is somebody that you've never talked to before, they've found your site organically, I would give them a call or reach out to them via email. Oftentimes these people will be someone that you've already spoken with on the phone, and you've probably directed them to your site. You've maybe met them in person or talked to them on the phone and said, hey, go to our website and purchase a premium listing. And they've done that, so you already know who they are and you don't need to reach out. But at any rate, this is how you set up the pricing page and you run through the actual PayPal process. In the next video, I'm going to show you a recap on some of this, just so it's not confusing, and then how to set up the actual PayPal settings area. So if you're doing this right now and you have any issues while trying to check out your listings, like purchase a listing, run a test purchase, it's because you haven't set up PayPal yet, and you'll need to go to the PayPal settings section and set all this up. I'm going to cover this in the next video, so make sure you check that one out.